Welcome to Timeless Wheels.
Number 1.
1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Price, $37,000. Location, Canada. This 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1 was originally ordered in white with black accents and vermilion upholstery, powered by a 351 Ci V8 paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. Factory equipment included power steering and power-assisted front disc brakes, while a previous owner carried out a restoration around 2021. The seller acquired the car in 2022, and updates include a replacement digital instrument cluster, Pioneer stereo, and cosmetic additions such as front and rear spoilers, 15 Magnum 500 style wheels, and rear window louvers. The car is now offered with a copy of the Marti report and Ontario registration. The exterior is finished in white M with black Mach 1 graphics and a black hood stripe, refinished during the 2021 restoration. The car retains dual exhaust outlets, dual mirrors, and period-correct trim, giving it an authentic Mach 1 presence. Inside, the cabin is upholstered in two-tone red with wood grain accents, while a wood-rimmed steering wheel complements the upgraded digital gauge cluster. The removed original cluster is included, and the seller notes they have driven 400 of the 1K miles shown since installation. Under the hood, the 351 Ci V8 was factory rated at 250 horsepower, delivering power to the rear wheels through a 3-speed automatic transmission. The front end was refreshed in 2021, and BF Goodrich tires were mounted to the Magnum 500 wheels at that time. With its desirable color combination, period styling, and recent restoration work, this Mach 1 presents as a striking and well-kept example of Ford's iconic muscle car.
Number 2.
1970 Plymouth Belvedere Coupe. Price, $29,250. Location, Texas. This 1970 Plymouth Belvedere Coupe has been refurbished and modified in Roadrunner style, finished in Jamaica blue with black hood and tail stripes. Originally a slant-six car, it now carries a 440 Ci V8 with an Edelbrock intake manifold, Holley 4-barrel carburetor, Hooker long tube headers, and a Flowmaster dual exhaust system. Power is routed through a TCI TorqueFlite 727 Street Fighter automatic transmission and an 8.75 rear end with a limited slip differential. The car rides on Weld 15 alloy wheels wrapped in Cooper Cobra and Mickey Thompson tires, with stopping power provided by Wilwood front discs and rear drums. Suspension is managed by KYB shocks, while exterior details include chrome bumpers, quarter-panel scoops, Roadrunner graphics, and a Voice of Roadrunner horn. Inside, Procar front bucket seats trimmed in black vinyl are paired with a blue and black rear bench, 3-point front belts, and an Alpine CD stereo. Additional touches include auxiliary gauges, a removable center console, and an Equus tachometer mounted on the dash. The odometer shows 4K miles, about 100 of which were added by the seller, though the true mileage is unknown. This modified Belvedere, styled after the legendary Roadrunner, was acquired by the selling dealer in May 2025 and is now offered in Texas with a clean title.
Number 3.
1967 Ford Galaxy 500 Hardtop 390. Price, $10,250. Location, Arkansas. This 1967 Ford Galaxy 500 two-door hardtop was modified and overhauled between 2023 and 2024 by the seller and a friend. Finished in bright blue with black stripes and bumpers, it rides on staggered 17 and 18 alloy wheels with an adjustable air suspension. The front disc brakes, hoses, and wheel bearings were replaced, and the suspension was refreshed during the work. Power comes from a rebuilt 390 Ci V8 paired with a rebuilt 3-speed automatic transmission, enhanced with an Edelbrock intake, HEI distributor, Borla mufflers, and electric cutouts. Inside, the cabin features ret-rimmed red vinyl bench seats with black piping and Galaxy lettering, matching door panels, a billet steering wheel, and a Sony stereo. The sweeping 120 mph speedometer and fuel gauge are retained, while the 5-digit odometer shows 78K miles, with about 1,500 added under current ownership. An air tank, manifold, pumps, and relocated battery are mounted in the trunk. Additional updates include a new carburetor, aluminum radiator with electric fan, overhauled fuel system, and rewired harness. Acquired by the seller in 2022, this customized Galaxy blends classic full-size Ford presence with modern upgrades, and it is now offered at no reserve with a clean Arkansas title in the seller's partner's name.
Number 4.
1955 Chevrolet 210 4-door sedan. Price, $10,750. Location, Colorado. This 1955 Chevrolet 210 4-door sedan is powered by a 350 Ci V8 paired with a TH 350 3-speed automatic transmission. The engine, sourced from a 1976 vehicle, was overhauled in 2012 with a bored and hot-tanked block, reconditioned connecting rods, milled heads, and a valve job. Performance upgrades include a high-performance Melling camshaft, Edelbrock carburetor and intake, Hooker competition headers, an aluminum radiator, and an electric fan. Additional features include American Racing 15-torque thrust wheels, power-assisted front disc brakes, a B&M shifter, and thrush mufflers. The car is now offered on behalf of the current owner with service records, repair manuals, and a clean Colorado title. The body was media blasted and refinished in a blue and white two-tone scheme around 2013, while exterior trim was replaced in 2017. The car features a wraparound windshield and rear window, chrome rear bumper, hood ornament, and deleted front bumper for a custom look. Some imperfections in the finish are noted. Inside, blue and white vinyl bench seats are paired with matching door panels and dashboard trim. A retro-look stereo has been fitted, along with auxiliary gauges, a column-mounted tachometer, and a B&M floor shifter. The car retains a two-spoke steering wheel with chrome horn ring, though the horn is inoperative, and the speedometer functions intermittently. 2 batteries are mounted in the trunk, and the car is not equipped with seatbelts. The 5-digit odometer shows 682 miles since the build, though total mileage is unknown. Stopping power is provided by front discs and rear drums, while the exhaust system uses hooker headers with thrush mufflers and turn-down finishers. This classic Chevrolet 210 blends period-correct styling with tasteful upgrades and V8 power, making it a solid entry into 1950s American motoring.
Number 5.
1956 Lincoln Premier Lane Carrera Panamericana Tribute. Price, $21,000. Location, California. This 1956 Lincoln Premier has been converted into a La Carrera Panamericana Tribute Racer, transformed from a sedan into a 2-door and modified at a reported cost of over $30,000. Built largely by Schrader's Speed Plus style in Azusa, California, the car is powered by a 408 Ci Windsor Stroker V8 with aluminum heads, forged internals, a custom camshaft, Pertronix ignition, and a 750 CFM carburetor. Power is sent through a Tremec TKO 600 5-speed manual to a Ford 8.8 rear end with an Eaton TrueTrack limited slip differential and 3.73 gears. The seller states the project was conceived as a flexible road race platform for events such as Chihuahua Express or hill climbs. While never raced competitively, it has seen about 13,000 miles of road use since the build was completed in 2022. Build records, spare parts, and a steel factory hood are included. Finished in blue and white livery with Carrera Panamericana graphics, the car features a fiberglass hood with pins and leather straps, custom steel wheels, Jamco front and Willwood rear discs, and upgraded suspension with an adjustable sway bar and custom 4-link rear setup with coilovers. The interior is stripped for competition, fitted with a roll cage, fire suppression system, 4-point harnesses, and racing instrumentation including a sun tachometer and Stewart Warner 160 mph speedometer. A tan bench seat is installed, though aluminum racing seats are also included. A Hobbs meter shows 244 hours since completion. Additional features include a trunk-mounted fuel cell, relocated battery with shut-off, McLeod clutch, and custom driveshaft. This unique build blends classic Lincoln style with modern race-ready engineering.
Number 6.
1955 Chevrolet Bel Air Nomad. Price, $63,500. Location, Washington. This 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air Nomad is a 2-door wagon powered by a 327 Ci V8 sourced from a 1966 Corvette and paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. Finished at the factory in India ivory and cashmere blue, the car retains that iconic color combination and was previously owned by actor Bruce Willis before being acquired by the seller in 2014. Equipment includes 15 Craigar wheels, front disc brakes, chrome trim and bumpers, a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, aftermarket air conditioning, and a custom audio system. It is now offered with a Washington title in the seller's name. The body features signature Nomad styling cues such as a wraparound windshield, sliding rear windows, a two-piece tailgate, and Bel Air badging. The paintwork is noted to have been refinished under prior ownership, presenting a clean, classic look with polished brightwork. Cragar 15 wheels wear mixed Goodyear Eagle tires, while stopping power comes via front disc brakes with a dual-circuit master cylinder. Inside, the cabin is trimmed in beige vinyl with blue waffle pattern inserts across 2 rows of bench seating. Blue carpeting, modified door panels, and an aftermarket air conditioning system complement the interior, along with a custom stereo setup for modern usability. A body-color steel dashboard houses the 110 mph speedometer and factory gauges, while Stewart Warner auxiliary gauges are mounted beneath. The 3-spoke steering wheel retains its chrome horn ring. The 5-digit odometer shows 22,000 miles, though true mileage is unknown. The 327Ci small block V8 features a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, aluminum intake manifold, MSD electronic ignition, Corvette-branded valve covers, and an aluminum radiator. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a 3-speed automatic transmission, providing a blend of vintage charm and reliable performance. With its celebrity ownership history, tasteful upgrades, and classic two-tone finish, this Bel Air Nomad represents a rare opportunity to acquire one of Chevrolet's most iconic body styles, blending mid-century design with performance and usability.
Number 7.
1965 Ford Falcon 4-Speed. Price: $29,000. Location: Nebraska. Originally race-prepped by Holman Moody, this 1965 Ford Falcon was campaigned in multiple NHRA classes across South Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, and Illinois during the late 1960s and early 70s. It was later refurbished in Wisconsin in the early 2000s and has since been set up as a dedicated drag car. Finished in black over black vinyl, it is powered by a 306Ci V8 mated to a 4-speed top-loader manual and a narrowed Ford 9 rear with Detroit locker and 3.89 gears. Exterior highlights include a fiberglass teardrop hood with pins, white side stripes, 289 badging, a replacement grille, and chrome bumpers. 15 torque thrust wheels wear ProTrack fronts and Mickey Thompson ET drag slicks in the rear. The chassis is modified with a 4-link rear, adjustable coilovers, disc brakes, and a Shelby quick steering kit. The interior houses bucket seats, a rear bench, a Hurst supershifter, latch and link belts, a fire extinguisher, and auxiliary gauges with a dash-mounted tatch. The odometer shows 300 miles, though total mileage is unknown. The trunk contains the aluminum fuel cell, relocated battery, and wheel tubs. The 306Ci V8 features ported and polished heads, SVO rotating assembly, flat tappet cam, Holley carb, Cobra aluminum intake, velocity stack, and electric fan. A custom dual exhaust exits before the rear axle. This Holman Moody prepped Falcon combines genuine 1960s drag racing heritage with modern upgrades, and is now offered at no reserve with a clean Nebraska title.
Number 8.
1965 Cadillac Fleetwood 60 Special Brougham. Price: $11,000. Location: Nevada. This 1965 Cadillac Fleetwood 60 Special Brougham is a long, elegant sedan that spent most of its life in Nevada before being acquired by the current owner in 2022. Finished in faded crimson fire mist with a reupholstered gray vinyl roof, it carries the signature stacked quad headlights, rear fender skirts, tail fins, and abundant chrome trim. The body shows areas of prior repair, bubbling, and paint wear, but retains its imposing presence. Power comes from a 429Ci V8 rated at 340 horsepower and 480 lb-ft of torque, paired with a 3-speed turbo hydromatic transmission and a controlled differential. The exhaust has been replaced, and an oil service was performed in 2022. Braking is handled by power-assisted drums, and power steering aids maneuverability. The 15 steel wheels wear Cadillac covers with thin white wall Hankook tires. Inside, the gray cloth bench seating is complemented by chrome dash trim, fold-down armrests, and Comfort Control automatic climate control. Power windows are functional, though the clock and radio are inoperative, the dashpad is cracked, and the AC compressor has been removed. The odometer shows 1,000 miles, having rolled over, with about 1,500 miles added by the current owner. A true symbol of Cadillac luxury in the 1960s, this Fleetwood Brougham offers classic presence and strong V8 power, making it an appealing candidate for restoration or weekend cruising.
Number 9.
1960 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88. Price, $10,250. Location, Michigan. This 1960 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 convertible is powered by a 371 Ci Rocket V8 paired with a Jetaway Hydromatic 4-speed automatic transmission. Originally finished in Citroën M, the car was repainted black during a refurbishment around 2010 and features a power-operated white convertible top that was replaced in 2012 along with a matching boot cover. Additional equipment includes a Vista panoramic windshield, dual spotlights, chrome bumpers, rear fender skirts, dual exhaust outlets, and 14 steel wheels with full covers and two 25/75 Coker Classic white wall tires. Power steering is fitted, while braking has been upgraded with front discs and a dual reservoir master cylinder. The car is now offered with a car cover and a clean Illinois title in the seller's name. The cabin is upholstered in red and white vinyl with matching red carpets. Amenities include a cabin heater, sun visors, and a cracked dashboard covered with a carpet overlay. A push-button AM radio and an aftermarket cassette stereo are present but inoperative. The two-spoke steering wheel frames a horizontal 120 mph speedometer, a clock, and a fuel level gauge, with additional auxiliary gauges for coolant temperature and oil pressure installed. The odometer shows 81,000 miles, with approximately 500 added under current ownership. True mileage is unknown, and the speedometer is currently inoperative. The 371 Ci Rocket V8 retains its factory-style two-barrel carburetor, delivering 240 horsepower and 375 lb-ft of torque when new. Power is routed to the rear wheels through a Jetaway Hydromatic automatic transmission. Recent history notes minor rust on the doors and inner fenders, visible in the gallery. This Dynamic 88 convertible combines the bold styling of early 1960s Oldsmobile design with classic open-top motoring, offering a blend of vintage presence and period-correct V8 performance.
Number 10.
1965 Rambler American 440h. Price, $12,500. Location, California. The 1965 Rambler American 440h was the top trim of the American line, distinguished by additional chrome accents, unique badging, and upscale touches. This example was originally finished in solar yellow but has since been refinished in Mazda Soul Red with a contrasting black roof. A small paint chip is visible below the fuel filler cap, as noted in the gallery. It rides on polished 15 American Racing Torque thrust wheels wrapped in 205/65 Hankook Kinergy PT tires, which were mounted in 2017. A new brake master cylinder was fitted 2 years later, at which time the drum brakes and lines were also inspected. Inside, the cabin is trimmed in black vinyl across the seats, dash, carpets, and door panels. Reclining bucket seats and a center console were standard equipment on the 440h, and this car features a dash plaque engraved with a previous owner's name. The rear seat has been reupholstered, while the headliner was replaced in 2019. Wear is visible on the driver's seat outer bolster and seam. Instrumentation includes a 120 mph sweep speedometer and a 5-digit odometer showing just under 75,000 miles, with around 1,500 added under current ownership. An auxiliary gauge pod is installed beneath the dash. Power comes from a 232 Ci Torque Command inline 6 paired with a two-barrel carburetor, rated at 138 horsepower when new. Recent service within the last 400 miles has included an oil change, coolant flush, and tune-up. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a 3-speed Flash-O-Matic automatic transmission, reportedly overhauled 2 years ago and flushed during the same service interval.
Number 11.
1962 Cadillac Fleetwood 60 Special. Price, $11,300. Location, California. This 1962 Cadillac Fleetwood 60 Special is powered by a bored-and-stroked 549 Ci Cadillac V8 paired with a 4L80E 4-speed automatic and a Lincoln 9 rear end with a Detroit locker. Originally owned in San Diego, it sat outdoors for 15 years before being acquired in 1998 by the seller's father, who commissioned rust repair, a repaint in dark metallic gray and silver, and significant drivetrain and brake upgrades. Exterior details include a custom hood scoop, 15 aluminum wheels with Kumho tires, and a 4-wheel disc brake conversion with a dual-circuit master cylinder. The seller notes corrosion on chrome trim and a trunk dent, while the wipers currently lack automatic park. The gray cloth and leather cabin shows wear but features polished metal and wood grain trim, a newer headliner, and 8 functional power windows. Factory instruments are joined by an odometer attach and auxiliary gauges, while the air conditioning has been converted to R134A but requires a new compressor. The odometer shows 25,000 miles, though total mileage is unknown. The stroked 549 Ci V8, sourced from a 1974 Fleetwood 500 Ci block, has been maintained with synthetic fluids under 20 years of current family ownership. Power is delivered through the 4L80E with a manual valve body and lockup converter switch to the Detroit locker rear. A dual 2.5 exhaust completes the setup.
Number 12.
1965 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S. Price, $28,500. Location, Florida. This 1965 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S hardtop coupe was originally sold new in California and was acquired by the seller in 2024 out of an Ohio collection. Refinished in its factory gold poly over gold vinyl, it is powered by a replacement 318 Ci V8 with a 600 CFM Edelbrock carburetor, Crane camshaft, Pertronix ignition, Champion aluminum radiator, and a high-volume oil pump. Power is routed through a Chrysler 998 3-speed automatic with a street shift kit to a 1973 Duster 340 rear axle with 3.21 gearing. Equipment includes power steering, SSBC front disc brakes, adjustable coilovers, American Racing torque thrust wheels, and a Hurst Promatic 2-shifter. The interior features gold vinyl bucket seats, a Pioneer CD stereo mounted below the dash, and a non-functional factory AC system. Instrumentation consists of a 120 miles per hour speedometer with auxiliary gauges, and the odometer shows 29,000 miles, 1,000 of which were added under current ownership, total mileage unknown. Factory details such as quad headlights, wraparound bumpers, reverse lamps, and silver and gold graphics on the rear valance remain present. This Barracuda, originally a 273 Ci car, has been updated with period-style performance parts and modern driveline upgrades, blending classic Formula S styling with enhanced drivability.
Number 13.
1968 Chevrolet Camaro Convertible. Price, $65,000. Location, California. This 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Convertible presents as a high-quality Restomod build finished in Corvette Cyber Gray Metallic with a subtle painted nose stripe. The exterior features a billet RS-style grille with hidden headlights, staggered 19/20 billet specialties wheels, smooth tail lenses, and a black canvas soft top with a clear plastic rear window. The body and paint remain in excellent condition aside from a small ding above the right headlight. Inside, the cabin is trimmed in black leather and suede with custom bucket seats and matching rear 2+2 seating. A billet steering wheel fronts a brushed aluminum odometer gauge cluster with digital readouts. The custom center console houses a touchscreen head unit, stainless cup holders, and a billet shifter. Black carpeting covers the floors, while the trunk is lined with paneling. Amenities include vintage air climate control and an AM/FM/CD stereo system. Power comes from a 427 Ci LS 3-stroker V8 paired with AT56 6-speed manual transmission and McLeod hydraulic clutch, sending power to a Moser 9 rear differential. The engine bay is detailed with painted covers and coated headers, and the dual exhaust system runs through MagnaFlow mufflers. The undercarriage is as show-ready as the top side, with a Heights tubular front end, chrome coilovers, Willwood 4-wheel disc brakes, and neatly finished gray and black contrasts. On the road, this Camaro offers quick starts, strong acceleration, and excellent handling. The seller notes the tires are approximately 22 years old and should be replaced for spirited driving. This highly detailed Restomod combines modern performance with classic Camaro style, a turnkey showpiece ready for both display and the open road.
Number 14.
1970 Volkswagen Type 3 Squareback. Price, $7,000. Location, California. This 1970 Volkswagen Type 3 Squareback has been in the same family since 1988 and has seen only about 5,000 miles of use over the last 37 years. Power comes from a fuel-injected 1,584 cubic centimeters air-cooled flat 4 paired with a 4-speed manual transaxle, with the engine having been rebuilt in the late 1980s. The car retains its Bosch electronic fuel injection, though the seller notes that it currently runs rich. Recent maintenance includes a remanufactured Bosch generator fitted in April 2023, a set of Nexen tires installed in February 2023, and replacement of the left tie rod end and front brake hoses in 2020. The clutch was replaced back in 1985, and power is delivered to the rear wheels through the 4-speed gearbox. Finished in beige over brown cloth upholstery, the Squareback shows honest signs of age and use. The exterior has faded paint, dents, corrosion, scratches, and some missing trim, while inside the cabin the dashboard is cracked, the carpet is worn, the hatch trim is deteriorated, and the headliner is stained and torn. Despite this patina, the car remains complete, featuring 15 steel wheels with VW hubcaps, disc brakes up front, and drums at the rear. Instrumentation consists of a 100 mph speedometer, an analog clock, and a fuel level gauge, with an aftermarket temperature readout fitted under the dash. The 5-digit odometer shows 94,000 miles, consistent with the car's limited use under current ownership. Offered now at no reserve, this long-time family-owned Squareback represents an increasingly rare opportunity to acquire a driver-grade Volkswagen Type 3. It is accompanied by factory literature, repair manuals, parts catalogs, and a California pink slip in the current owner's name.
Number 15.
1957 Lincoln Capri Landau. Price, $14,500. Location, Massachusetts. This 1957 Lincoln Capri Landau hardtop sedan is finished in presidential black over a two-tone black and gray interior. Power comes from a 368 Ci Y-block V8 paired with a 3-speed turbodrive automatic transmission, originally rated at 300 horsepower and 415 lb-ft of torque. The Capri was repositioned as Lincoln's standard model in 1956, and for 1957 it featured Quadralite vertically stacked headlights, a revised grille, bold trim, and canted tail fins. This example is said to have notable provenance, reportedly purchased new by mobster Carlo Gambino and later owned by John Gotti and his family before passing into the hands of a New York restaurateur in 2000. It joined the current family's collection in 2019, with recent work including a tune-up, new tires, and a fresh battery. The exterior wears polished beltline and rocker trim, with 15 steel wheels and full covers wrapped in new Coker wide white wall radials. A Remington Cushionaire spare is stored in the trunk. Inside, the cabin features two-tone upholstery, a push-button travel tuner AM radio with town and country bands, and a jet-inspired dashboard with toggle switches. The 4-spoke steering wheel fronts a 120 mph speedometer, and the odometer shows 32,000 miles, though total mileage is unknown. The underbody photos display the suspension, fuel tank, floor pans, and dual exhaust system, reflecting the car's originality. Offered at no reserve, this Capri comes with its factory information card, service manuals, factory literature, and a clean Massachusetts title in the owner's name.